This is very overwhelmingly positive, and I can understand why. Because we can add damage and attack speed, maybe a little bit of movement speed, and then even more damage and attack speed. And eventually we'll find out what's behind this door. But for now, we'll go to work destroying everything we can. 120 base damage, 360 crits. This character apparently scales well with area, so we'll give him more area. That's going to make our Cone of Doom bigger. So if we just manage to make this the size of the entire screen, we'll be doing pretty good. We're going to give ourselves 10% more crit chance because at triple crits, that's real big damage. And naturally, I'm attracted like a moth to anything off screen. Next, we're going to take an extra 50% base health because you can never have too much defense. And that did add 10% to our base health, which is already pretty high. These idiots came armed with shields, but I can push right through their shields. Another level up, let's take more movement speed. This is definitely a game where the more we can maneuver, the safer we're going to be. Plus, we can get around the shields and idiots. Believe it or not, these skeletons don't have that big of a brain inside there. I just picked up some kind of glowing skull. We have 100% attack speed. Wow, look at that go. We should just always have this. This would make the game so much easier. For now, we'll just use it to destroy the grey slimes as we work our way down towards the magic scroll. This is a big one, I think, because we hit level 5, 30% weapon damage. That's obviously big. So we're up to 155 damage. I think we started at 120. We have our first health bar. He glows. Ooh, here's another good one. 10% health and 5% movement speed. Dedication. Because if we can mostly outrun things for now, I don't think they're going to be able to swarm us. So if we can move, we shouldn't even get hit. 6% area? Yes. We gotta make our Cone of Doom extra big. I am getting hit here and there, but we're up to 624 health, so we could definitely absorb a few of those. Plus, we're regenerating fairly quickly. This guy's almost dead. We're very, very patiently chiseling away at him. Okay, he died. He dropped us an... we'll take Phantom Needles. Fire his needles randomly at enemies nearby in quick succession. That just gives me even more things to attack with. And that's hopefully just going to attack whatever's nearby to keep me a little bit safer. 6% attack speed? Yes. We finally made it to the magic scroll. That's going to unleash another glowing idiot. The scroll that summoned him also gave us ring blades. Those are going to fly around and hurt things also. So now we got 3 different weapons to attack idiots with. So that feels pretty good. And his HP seems to be dropping quickly. I don't know if that's my regular attack or the ring blades or a combination of everything. But we got lots of damage going out for now. We're going to take another 10% damage. Anytime we get a damage upgrade, we're going to take it because they seem to be somewhat fleeting so far. And if we can just kill things very quickly, we don't need as much ranges. We can just bully our way straight through the mobs. But I feel like it probably should be a balance. Unfortunately, I don't really understand balance. We normally just stack damage until something works. But when we don't have any other options, 20% range. I think the bigger the range is, the bigger a cone gets anyway, because the cone simply goes out, it gets fatter the longer it is. Our crit chance is currently 22%, so we're going to go ahead and add another 10% on top of that, so we have 1 and 3 as a crit. And given that that is triple damage, that's going to add up to lots of extra DPS for us. I'm going to take parry as well. That's just going to help us avoid some damage. Because while we might be doing well so far, we are eventually going to start getting hit. 10% attack speed for our needles. And 6% attack speed. And so far this is more than enough to defeat everything. But to be fair, these are pretty basic idiots. There are upgrades sometimes that I don't really understand. Piercing Wind, 0.15 base crit bonus. Not really sure what that applies to, so we'll take health and movement speed instead. We're going to keep it simple. And we're up to 700 HP, and that just seems really funny at the same time. I think there are upgrades where the more HP you're missing, the higher your damage gets anyway, so maybe we can pair those together. We'll take more Quick Hand, 6% attack speed. If we get our attack speed high enough, we'll be unstoppable. We have another health bar idiot who just came swooping in. So far we've already knocked down 5% of his HP, so that feels pretty good. We just got to keep circling him because he feels like he's a momentum type guy. Can I have some rerolls? I don't really love any of these. We'll take some more base health because we might end up just turning ourselves into a tank. If we have enough HP, we'll be just hard to defeat, and eventually we're going to start just getting mowed over by every enemy. Here's some more very good upgrades. Dexterity, strong, puncture. There's so many fun things to pick from. I think we're going to take proficiency stance, attack speed, and crit chance. That's just my main attack, so that's probably what's doing the most damage. Although maybe it's the blades that are hitting everything for so much. As long as we're upgrading things, it's going to be fine. We'll take another 10% damage. That's going to be hitting pretty big. We're hitting for 195 base damage, something like that. Big idiot has died. Now we get to pick from items. How's this for a good one? Plus 50% crit chance. I'm not sure if that just increases from our existing crit chance or adds a total of 50% on top of that, because that's huge. Let's do 15% area and range. For our weapon proficiency, that cone's already getting pretty big. And that cone is going to be our savior later. Basically, we're going to follow it around because it's going to clear the way for us. Obviously, we still need a little damage because it's not one-shotting. But an extra 10% damage will certainly help that. 209 base damage. And we're going to try 10% multi-strike. I'm not sure how multi-strike adds on to this sword. I don't know if that just means I double hit or maybe it does nothing, but I know it increases the fire rate of my rings. The shield idiots are coming back in, but so far we're actually tearing right through them, so far so good. And especially if we can have a big attack area, we can be eliminating their shields from like a mile away. There's guys dressed in a robe. I assume they're going to do something a little more exciting, yet we're getting pink skulls fired at us. Ooh, we're going to make our rings 25% damage and bigger. That's actually really big. I think those were already hitting for a lot of damage, so that's going to be real good for us. I guess in theory, if our attack sizes get big enough, both my cone and those rings will do enormous damage. But there's only one way to find out for sure. We'll just keep going until we make it happen. We're starting to get the like enclosures of idiots showing up, and that's perfectly fine. That's just more for us to hurt. Okay, the blade sizes are going up by another 10%, and so is their damage. They're still not obviously huge, but they're getting bigger, and they're clearly hurting for a lot. That was 606 as a crit on those guys. Okay, on our main weapon, bigger area and range, so that's both things. That's extra fat. It's as fat as it is long now. Put that on your bingo card. Do we add range or area? I think range for now, because that's going to add to area anyway, and given how fat it is, we need a little bit more length. And the jokes are really just going to write themselves from here forward. We got another health bar guy. He's got a shield, but I think we're going to be able to punch right through that shield. And I do see the multi-strike happening. Every time you see like a flash of my attack, that's a multi-strike. It basically means we attack twice. But this is an optimistic sign considering how fast we're killing the health bar guy. I do want to take out the robed guys as well because they will fire projectiles at me, and those hurt. Starting to get swarmed, so we're definitely going to need a little bit more of everything going on. We'll take 10% attack rate for the needles because I'm sure those are doing a lot for me as well. Okay, we knocked the health bar off, and he seems we out now just have a naked skeleton instead, so we'll also take his health bar, but he's much weaker without his armor. And he dropped us something. We're going to add lightning strikes because those are just going to add random lightning strikes around, and that's just going to help soften up and thin enemies out. And I think that also stuns them slightly, so that's just going to give us a little more maneuverability around the world. 10% range. Yeah, now our attack is getting very big. Thinking about where it was to what it is now, it's taking up a pretty good portion of the screen. And we're leveling up so quick. We're going to make our blades bigger and stronger. That also increased my cone size, didn't it? I should have read that more carefully. I just got excited and saw big numbers. Anytime I see things with 25%, I basically just click on them. This one, we're actually going to take 10% health and 5% movement speed.
Because obviously.
And I wasn't paying attention, but those ratios might stack. So like 10% this time would be bigger than 10% last time because we're up to 870 health. We'll take another 10% range because that should increase our area anyway, and it really looks like it is. If we attack downwards, we're almost to the edge of the screen. The demon dogs are starting to pile in. These guys are nice and quick, but they seem to be dying fairly quickly, so they're no problem. They're just going to give us oodles of experience. 10% damage sounds good to me. What's our base damage? 240. So we're double where we started. And that, of course, isn't factoring in attack speed, which we're going to increase by 6% as well. So this feels pretty good so far. We are currently well ahead of the curve. We'll take an extra 6% area because look at the size of that cone. Between that and the blades and the lightning and the needles, I think we're going to do pretty good. Let's add crit chance to our ring blades because I do think they're doing a lot. I hope they are because we're upgrading them a lot. I wouldn't say no to more of them as well, so if we could get more ring blades, that would be lovely. Well, if we don't get that, let's take lightning strikes, crit chance, and area radius. That way when they strike, they do just a little bit bigger of an area. They'll hurt more and stun more. We're leveling up so quickly. This is basically happening in real time. Extra 6% area, yes, that's going to affect lightning and the ring blades and my cone. Basically, we should stack AoE for a long time. AoE and damage will fix basically all of my problems. Okay, I'm going to take this crit bonus thing. It's been showing up for a while, so I'm wondering if it bridges into something better. Given the rate we're leveling up right now, it's not going to hurt us. I've also just began wondering if I should be wandering around the map a little more. There might be more upgrades out there. Okay, we'll take crit bonus for my needles, because they're obviously hurting a lot of things as well. They're just the least showy of all my attacks. I think I'm also going to take a little bit more defense. We probably should have been upgrading that before now, but I do have a rather large skeleton with a rather large flail attacking me. But his health bar is dropping pretty quickly. He just got lightning there. The blades are going for him. My regular attack is hitting him, but we got a lot of things to try and dodge as well. But I'm currently also wearing only a ring, so we don't maybe have as much armor or defense as we should at this point. Let's add another 10% range as well. That's getting out there. That's a big fat attack. Very close to the edge of the screen. And obviously the more things we can hit with every attack, the better we're going to do. That's going to skyrocket our DPS. Big boy's almost dead. Very, very soon. We got to hide inside of a circle, but any hit now will be the last. Let's go 20% crit chance on the blades. Those should be critting a lot now. They have a lot of critical hit chance. Big boys died. We get another item. We're going to take the Necromancer's Clutch. It summons skeletons that attack enemies. Yeah, that sounds great to me. That will hopefully add a lot of DPS for us. I think that very pale looking white glowy one is ours. So we'll summon those every once in a while and that's going to be just easy for us. Oh, and that mage is also ours too. I'm pretty sure the item up there will suck all the experience on the map in. So we're actually going to slowly walk our way up there if we can make it. I don't love any of these, so we'll just take crit bonus. I think we have 2 of 5 skeletons summoned currently. I think that's what it's trying to tell us over there, so I think we have a maximum of 5 available currently. But if we could find more items like that, we could get tons of skeletons built up. I don't know if walking up this way is going to be a good idea, because we might be piling up enemies to spawn. Kind of like this, and then instead of them being in a controlled environment, they're just going to spawn in wherever, and then we're going to be in trouble. But we'll keep doing that anyway, because I want this item up here because I'm greedy. But we're doing tons of damage. I think we maybe have some bonus damage right now, but we're also just plowing through all the shield guys even. This better be worth it if I walk all the way out there and grab that thing. Let's make our lightning a little bit bigger and more critically. Even its lightning strikes are actually getting pretty big now that I look at that. Those are definitely affecting some enemies. We're getting hit a lot more than we were, but we're still regenerating through everything. Between our armor and our regeneration, that's sort of carrying us. We're almost at the grabby hand. We made it just as we're starting to get new enemies coming in. Hopefully this sucks in from a long ways away. So far, so good. Starting to get a lot of enemies. I was hoping for more leveling than this, but there's one. Okay, the needles are going 10% extra attack speed. That's a good start. 10% attack speed is actually really, really big for those. Another level up. Let's get another 10% on the attack speed for the needles. There's a health potion right there. I think that's a health potion. There's also a health bar, idiot. We're going to keep circling so we don't take too much damage. Okay, lightning's going up by 10% attack speed as well, so lots of our abilities are going up, up, up. 10% range, also really, really big for us. Look at the size of the cone now. It's huge. Every upgrade's going to be so big now. 20% damage for the needles. That's level 48. That's a real big one. Definitely getting a little bit harder to dodge things. We need to get that guy dead. We are going to focus on him because he is projectiling us to death. There's a lot of things going on. Luckily, whatever direction we're looking in, we're just doing a lot of damage in as well. I wanted to move closer to my health potion just in case. We don't need it yet. He's almost dead as well. A couple more hits and he should be... Got him. Okay, he's dead. Okay, this one actually plays off my needles. When needles disappear, deals magic damage in an area. Damage increases, reach remaining pierce count multiplied. Yeah, that's fine. So now we're getting those big purple circles when the needles disappear. So that's giant AoE and extra damage. So lightning strikes can also increase their area and everything. Attack speed as well. That's going to be really big. Those lightning strikes are going off all the time now. So then it's just back there walking in circles, destroying the horde of idiots. And my ghosts are helping me a lot. 10% is attack speed to the lightning. That's up to level 40 now. Things seem to get to level 50 and that seems to be about as high as we're getting them so far. And that seems to be doing lots for us because we're absolutely destroying these things. We're coming up on the 10-minute remaining, so maybe we'll get to see something fun. 10% damage is going to help us. We might be hitting for over 1,000 at this point with our crits. 955. We seem to get a lot of slimes moving in, and those can be really annoying because they are pretty tough and they'll definitely create lots of barriers. Luckily, we're able to absolutely destroy them too, so this is a good sign. We have some green slimes. Once we kill them, they turn into a puddle of acid on the ground, so that's going to get really annoying for us. Ring blade 6. Big. The blade size is going to get big and so is their damage. They're shooting out once in a while. They're still not huge, but if they get any bigger, they would really start to be overpowered. So we'll try and get them there. There's also massive piles of gold on the ground everywhere that we're going to pick up. I don't even know which direction to go with these. We're killing so many things now. We're also getting hit a lot. It's getting hard to see, but I'm hearing the sound of us getting hit, so we're going to have to be a little bit more careful. I'm going to turn my base regeneration up a little bit. We're starting to get hit, so it'd be nice to start putting that HP back to full before we get hit again. And suddenly we're cleaning out the enemies, although we have that thing attacking us now. Okay, let's get extra lightning attack speed. That's an extra 10%. That's huge. Okay, that guy's got a ring of effect. Interesting. We're also getting attacked by a bunch of large demon dogs and also pink skeletons, but we're seemingly able to destroy all this. We just gotta not get hit like that. Wow, that actually quite hurt. Okay, we gotta not get hit like that again, which means we got to maneuver our way through this without taking damage while also focusing damage on him. Okay, there's a grabby hand. That's hopefully going to level us up. Wow, that was actually a lot of damage. Okay, the blades are going to get 25% more damage. And our cone size, I don't know if that's for us or the blades, but I'll take that. Okay, there's even more good stuff for us. Let's turn our metabolism up, our base regeneration. If we could just regenerate damage nonstop, that might be good. 6% area, I guess, is the natural choice there. Whoops. So area is getting bigger for everything we're doing. I think these are health potions. Whoops. Okay, that was good because that healed us big before we took a giant hit. And we got a second to focus our damage on him. Whoops. Okay, we just maneuvered ourselves really poorly. Got away with one there. Okay, his HP is getting low. They should be dead very, very quickly. Just got to make sure we're not doing anything stupid and they will die. We're going to break the barrels. Hopefully this thing drops us something good. I felt like we just crossed the 10-minute mark. Now we're down to the 7-minute mark. Okay, this is kind of what we needed that I mentioned at the beginning. Per 1 HP missing, 0.1% damage. So every 10 HP missing is 1% damage, every 100 is 10% damage. So that would add actually, yeah, lots of damage. So basically, the more HP we have, the more damage potential we have. So adding HP is going to make us tougher and a lot more DPS. And I think we might just be getting damage from straight up leveling. Whatever the case, our damage is going up. We're hitting for almost 3,000 on crits. I would assume that's on our blades. We got another grabby hand. So let's add crit bonus as well, because those are obviously getting really big. 6% attack speed. I don't know if that's for all of my attacks. It looks like it might have been. That's perfectly fine by me. That's gonna more DPS. We've killed over 15,000 enemies on this single run. This is fun. They're throwing a bunch of weak enemies at me as like a confidence booster, because we can just mow these things down for easy experience. I think that means something hard is coming up. Okay, we're going to take an extra 10% range, level 50. That's going to add lots of area, but the range is going, well, we're going off the map, top and bottom, and left and right is still big. That's perfect for these moments. Super confidence booster. There's 3 million damage with my main weapon. We just passed the 5-minute mark and didn't seem to find any fun boss or anything, so I'm a little sad about that, but I'll get over it quickly. We'll take another 50 base health for sure. That put us over 1,000, and that also means more damage potential. We start getting hurt, more damage for us. And it actually shows you in real time. We're getting an extra 2, now 1% damage because we're not that hurt, but we'll see all the extra we do get. And we clearly don't need a lot, but that's the beauty of it. When we do need it, we'll start taking damage and then we'll get it. And then we'll hurt things and catch back up to ourselves. I guess we'll take another 50 base health on that note, which obviously has a bonus because now we're up to 1130 HP, which means we have more to lose, which means we have more damage potential. Phantom Needles also just did 3 million damage, which is obviously impressive because my sword, my main weapon, just also crossed that, so the Phantom Needles might be more DPS overall. The beauty of it is it doesn't matter because everything's auto-attacking anyway, so as long as something is doing a lot of damage, we're good. We're coming up in the 3-minute mark remaining. We're getting lots of slimes and all sorts of enemies. The poison slimes are definitely tough to deal with. Officially 3 minutes left. I was hoping for a lot more bosses. We will take 10% more crit chance though. You can never have too much of that. We've seen some pretty big red numbers. Next, Phantom Needles is going to get a crit bonus. Because I decided to be smart and actually look, Phantom Needles has done 3.5 million damage so far. Not as much as my main weapon, but definitely more than everything else. I did get an achievement for surviving until there's only 2 minutes left, so that makes me think that was some significant milestone. We're getting a lot of pink gems on the ground as well, so that means extra experience, so we'll hopefully level up a few more good times. Level up, 10% attack speed for the Phantom Needles, so they're going to do even more damage. Getting a lot of the big dogs attacking, but we're able to mow them down quite quickly, and they only really hit me if I'm being stupid. Because we lost some health, we get a 22% damage bonus, which seems insane. And we're going to take another 10% crit bonus on top of that, because you can never have too much damage. And there's a grabby hand, so in comes all the experience. That's perfect. Since most of these aren't really that great, we're going to take Lightning Strike 7. Crit chance and area radius, so bigger lightning strikes. And it really wants us to keep going on the lightning, so we'll take another crit chance and area radius. That way it's going to do more big lightning strikes. We've killed 25,000 enemies just in this run. We get a 21% damage bonus currently. It's tempting to take more damage, but I feel like there's going to be a boss at the end, and we want to have some HP for that. If our health is going to drop, we'll let it happen naturally. Okay, let's take another 10% crit bonus, and those numbers are getting bigger and bigger. Oh, there we go. There's the boss we're looking for. So we're just going to keep raining damage down on him. If our health gets low, we'll do more damage. He has a lot of HP. I'm glad the poison things on the ground left because those were getting annoying. Okay, those were not going to get hit by. Those were going to get hit by. 31% damage bonus. It's actually not too bad once we're sort of seeing his attack pattern to avoid it. We just got to stay way out here because we can hit him from a long ways away. We'll keep our distance and we're safer. Maybe we'll get him caught on the poles. Okay, his attack pattern changes over time. We're starting to take a little more damage. I was not looking. Circles. It's all about the circles. Not getting hit by those also. Okay, we did this really poorly, but we have a 50% damage increase. He's getting low on health. I think we had a free dodge or block there. I think we're going to be okay. Just mostly tanking through. Wow, that really hurts when he does hit me though. Not to worry. I just realized it's a man on a dog. That's what we're fighting. Or whatever that thing is. A big monster dog. Anyways, they're almost dead, so I can just tank through this and not take it very seriously. All thanks to the power of upgrades. Oh wait, he's got a second phase. It's basically the man without his dog to ride on. And that's okay, he's already down to 80% HP. My little skeletons are actually doing a lot of damage to him. 1v1ing him. Okay, ow. Okay, our HP is getting low. We gotta start taking this more seriously. 75% damage boost though. Okay, that we can dodge. Okay, we're starting to pay attention again now because he could actually kill us at this point. Don't touch those, don't touch those, don't touch those. We just keep backing away, sort of. As long as you get a route to back up, we're generally okay. That one's gonna, wow, didn't mean to get both of those, but it is what it is. Got him. Now I get his head. 14 million damage done. That feels pretty good.